Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Well, that being said, it is Happy Wednesday to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is going to be another hot as fuck day. Happy Wednesday. And today we will be talking. I usually do this a little bit different. I record this together, but this time I'm trying something else, which seems to be a little more complicated. But anyways, we always have to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations to get better at doing whatever the hell we're doing. So I bring to you today Rob Morrocco from Michigan. I think he's in Michigan, yes. Born in the East Coast or Midwest. I don't even know. I'll let him tell us exactly where he's from. But he did grow up part of his life in California, so he knows the craziness of California. We got into a little bit of what California is like for him, but I should have mentioned first is that he is a TikToker, and he enjoys his work, and he knows exactly what he's doing because he's doing what I want to do, and I want to pick his brain. I want to know what his process. I want to know how they do it because every single doubt that I have every time I'm creating something, he has as well. And obviously he's a lot better than I am at overcoming that doubt. And that's why I want to pick his brain. I want to learn from him. So anyways, without further ado, I bring to you Rob Morrocco. And there we go. We'll give him. There you go. Was it Rob? Was it right?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna configure this so we don't hear you on this stream real quick.
All right.
And I got that going. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I was just trying to get it set up too. This gets complicated, right?
It really does, man. Yeah.
I thought it was just about just shooting and going, but no, it's a lot more than that.
Right. How long you guys been doing podcasts?
Right now it's just me. It's just me and my buddy that I used to do it with. We kind of parted ways, but
I got you.
Yeah. So I kept it going. I started it in 2019. Right. In December 19th was actually when I uploaded my first episode. I've said it plenty of times. Man. Yeah. Yeah. And I stuck through it to the pandemic. Thanks to my friend that used to do it with me. Thankfully, I had him that he would help me to do it, and it was working out good. It became less and less of a priority for him, and more of a priority for me. So right. That's where we ended up at. I was in.
I hear that.
Yeah, it was. We were. Excuse me. We were seeing two different things, two different goals. And it just wasn't going to work out, so we had a conversation and we had to go different ways. But anyways,
that's unfortunate.
Yes. Enough about me. Tell me about you. Let's tell us who you are, what you do, and how much fun you have doing this, and how many headaches
sure, man.
do you get out of this?
Definitely. Before we jump right into that, do you want to just do a quick audio check with me, just to make sure? Can you hear me tapping on this?
Yes. I can hear you fine.
Cool, man. Then we're good to go.
All right. Let's do it.
Let me record this on my end so that we got clean audio for you.
Yes.
Just in case in case you lose anything, I got your back.
Yes. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. So yeah, man. I've been kind of in the video field. Okay, let me start this off. I'm Rob. My name's Rob Morrocco. I'm Rob's Films on TikTok. On YouTube, I run a channel called Greta Nanners. I've been in the video field for like 10 years now. It's just something I started when I was younger. I started off doing like wedding videos. I was always growing up inspired by YouTube channels like old school dude like Ray William Johnson, Mystery Guitar Man, Freddie Wong, like all the classic YouTubers. Grew up watching those guys and I always wanted to be like them. So I started a YouTube channel when I was younger. That's all deleted now. And then me and my one buddy got together. We started doing YouTube videos together. That's how we got our channel Greta Nanners on YouTube.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry, there's a dog barking right now.
No
but,
worries.
I wish I had a better studio.
Me too. You'll hear a rooster right now. In a couple minutes, you'll hear it.
There you
Watch.
go.
Mark my
Right.
words.
That's good old nature, right?
Yes, there it
But
is.
yeah, man, like it's been a long process from YouTube. We've definitely slowed down on the YouTube stuff. Just because life happens and it's hard to keep up with like that content that's like 5 minutes and longer, really polished stuff, and tends to take a toll. So when TikTok came out, everybody I knew was like, man, you missed the train on Vine. You really should have been Vine famous. Like, you got to do more Vine stuff. And it's one of those things that like it just echoes every time I look back and I'm like, yeah, I should have totally taken advantage of Vine. And then TikTok came around, and TikTok is basically just a better Vine. I know some people will kill me for saying that, but I mean, dude, 7 seconds, okay, great. But now you got 15, 60 seconds. I got access to that 3-minute one now. It's awesome.
Right.
It's perfect for what I want to do. And so I just took the ball and rolled, and like being in the multimedia field, like I knew like, okay, I can make certain things, it's kind of about finding that right, line between what do I have time to do? What am I capable of? And what do the people want to see? There's like that triangle, right? You got to find it right in the center. So with these, I started a series where I turned I made espresso out of anything that would fit in my espresso machine.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. I got another series called Dollar Treats where I make gourmet meals out of dollar store items. And then most recently, which I mean, I don't know, when the viewers are seeing this, my 5 minutes of fame will probably be up. But just last week, I went viral for a video of me sticking a magnet to my arm and disproving it by putting baby powder on my arm.
And that's where I found you.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, a lot of
that's
people.
the one where I found you. Dude,
Definitely.
that's funny.
Yeah.
My mom actually believed it. She was actually, you think it's really true? And I was like, come on.
Right.
What is the incentive behind that? I mean,
oh man. Okay. So I mean, I kind of have a story, and it's been told everywhere.
Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong though. I'm definitely wrong.
I mean, no. Like, listen, when this all started to happen, when people were sticking magnets to their arms, my first thing was I looked at. Am I allowed to swear on here?
Yeah, you're fine. Go for it.
I was like, that's bullshit. That's absolute fucking bullshit. That's my first reaction, dude. Everyone's is.
Yeah.
And so, if you're of sound mind, that you see that and you're like, that's bullshit. So I never even was going to try it. So I got my COVID vaccine, which I recommend you guys get, right?
Yes, definitely.
Just making sure I do my reparations here from the videos that I spread earlier.
Yes.
Got my COVID vaccine. I had some side effects the second day. Got the day one, went to sleep, woke up, felt sick, right? Everyone gets a little bit. It's a day, suck it up. I felt sick. My girlfriend's mom came over to help her out with something. I'm kind of not really with it. And she goes, did you try the magnet thing? And I'm like, come on, that doesn't really work. She's like, no, really, really. And I'm sitting there eating cereal at my table, like basically feeling hungover. And she comes up and she like looks for it. She rips the Band-Aid off and she sticks a magnet to it wasn't this, but it was one like this, one of those like cable organizer magnets.
Yes, I know which ones. I got some of those too right here.
Yeah. So she takes it and she sticks it right to my arm. And I look and I'm like, that's not real. That didn't really just happen. And then so, I shake it and it falls off. She's like, no, really try it. And I take it and I'm sticking it on other parts of my arm and it's not sticking. And I put it in the center and it's stuck. And that's when I whip my phone out. And you see that first video, I'm wearing the brown hoodie and I'm like swearing, I'm freaking out. I'm like, because that video was actually just sent to people in my friend group. That was just me and like 6 other people where I was like, I know I said it wasn't real, but like I changed my mind. And, going forward, right? I found out that it was sticking to the Band-Aid adhesive. Like that's why it wasn't sticking anywhere else. It was the adhesive from the Band-Aid. So it was the one spot it was sticking to. But my mind immediately is like, okay, I should be clear. I'm going to get real close for this one. I never thought there was a tracking chip in me. I never thought the needle broke off in my arm, right? That's what everyone immediately goes to. My mind was like, oh, dude, there has to be like something in here, like my blood, right? There has to be iron in my blood. And like it's pooling because it hurts or something like that. And that's what it's sticking to. Like I'm trying to figure out, oh, hang on one second. We'll edit that one out. My bad, man.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I hardly ever edit anything out. It's just I
Right.
just go
All
with
right.
it.
So it's raw, baby. It's raw.
Yes, it is.
So anyways, to basically summarize that point, like I'm thinking there's iron in my blood, the blood's pooling. Everyone has their own theories as to what was going through my head at the moment, but that's the honest to God truth. So second day, right? It blows up. It blows up as TikTok likes to make things happen. It blows up. And the second day, I'm now at work responding to these comments. Someone's like, yo, stick it to your arm on the video. We don't believe you. And so I stick it to my arm again. Now, if you go back and watch that second video, it's not in the same place. That's because I was just up and down ladders all day at my work. So I'm like sweaty and sticky. So was going to stick anywhere that day.
Right.
So I could have stuck it to my forehead and it would have worked. But like I, am so enthralled with the idea from the first time, I'm not even paying attention to that. And I'm like, oh, look at this. It's still sticking, guys. Check this out. Oh my God,
Wrong
and I'm still
arm.
riding the high that I got the first time. And that's when someone was like, you got to put baby powder on that because it's not in the same place. And I'm like, I checked the videos and I'm like reading the comments. I'm like, totally not in the same place. So that's when the third video, the one that blew up the most, I think it's at like 15 million views right now. That one was, and it's been all over the place. I decided to put the baby powder on, and you can see the moment when I realized, yeah, this isn't going to stick. And I kind of had a feeling going into it, it wasn't going to stick. Right.
Right.
So I pop it out, I pop the baby powder on, put the magnet up there, and then it, doesn't stick. It drops. And I look up. Now everybody's commending me for apologizing, which like, yeah, I did apologize. Right. But like I was kind of making a joke when I said, I want to issue a public apology. It's 50% real, 50% a joke, right? Like
I took it as a joke.
Yeah, like the first two videos, I'm like, oh shit, I just totally lied to people for 2 videos straight, and I look like an idiot for that. But I think a lot of people are taking that as like, man, this guy, he was like a total, conservative extremist. Like people are making their own narrative in their heads. They're like, this Trump supporter totally changed his mind, doesn't even support Trump anymore because of it. And I'm like, guys, you are taking a narrative that has been plucked from the ether and trying to spin it in your own thing. It's like, I've been making videos for a long time. So anytime I put something out there, I know it no longer, it doesn't belong to me after it hits the internet, right? That perception is the individual. It's like art, right? It's everybody perceives things their own way. So when you get 15 million pairs of eyes on something, there's going to be 15 million different opinions on what's going on. And one of those is going to stick, and that's going to be the one that blows up. And it's seldom the opinion that I intended to get out there. Right. But I am glad that people got to see, that the magnet didn't stick, and that, obviously that's all bullshit. Like we all knew from the beginning.
It's crazy because like I said, my mom believed it too. And she had me pull a magnet so I could do it to her. I haven't been vaccinated yet. I'm not against it. I'm just giving it a year.
I feel that. Yeah, I get it.
We'll
man.
see.
I got to tell you, I was nervous too going into it because, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything.
Let me put that out there. I'm not whatsoever at all too. I've said it so many times too. I'm with it. I'm glad they found something that actually could possibly potentially work. Right. And it's been working apparently, right?
And it was made quick. I understand that. That is
but it wasn't.
Thing for people.
But it wasn't though. It was something. I don't know the science at all behind it, but it had something to do with the H1N1 vaccine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was something that they already had that they figured out that it would work for this as well. But like I said, I don't know the science behind it, but that's what I've heard.
Right. Yeah, I don't know enough to like technically have an opinion on this, right?
Yeah, me either. I should say that too.
I'm not a scientist, so I just said people were saying get the vaccine. I saw, all of my family members, all my friends get the vaccine. And like, not that I believed it was going to be bad for us, but like, I'm of the notion, like, if all your friends jump off a bridge, would you? Like, yeah, I would. All my friends just jumped off a fucking bridge. Like,
what's the point of staying by myself, right?
That's what I'm saying. What am I hanging around for, bro?
They all left. I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the thing is, I was totally like, I'm getting the vaccine. We're 100% in, until I was sitting in the chair in CVS, and then all of the theories and shit just starts going through my head, and I'm like, it's like, oh, you're gonna be magnetized, like, oh,
all the what ifs, right?
Anybody, blah blah blah. Yeah, all the what ifs, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is the worst 15 minutes of my life is waiting after you get that vaccine, because I'm like, what if I dropped out of a blood clot? Oh my God. And it's like, it's all, no one does. I mean, there might be rare cases out there, but again, I don't know enough to have an opinion about
Right.
that. I know
I
that
hear
me
you.
and everybody I know got it, and we're all good.
That's good. That's good to hear. I know everybody around me has gotten it too.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for my turn. And I've gotten some call, like I told you, I'm in California, right? I've gotten a call from the California COVID team. They've been calling me a couple of times. I'm even starting to get scared. I don't know if they're gonna bust my door open and try to tie me down so I can get the vaccine, right?
Yo, what part of California are you from?
I'm Southern California in the IE.
I was raised in Torrance, bro.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, South Bay area.
What happened? Why'd you go so far?
My family's out here. So my family's 50-50. Dad's side in California, mom's side out here. So I was born here. From like ages 1 to 7, I was out in California. And then when like grade school started, came out to Michigan. And then obviously I'm out there.
All right. So you know both worlds. I'm going to make you talk shit right now. Which one sucks the most?
Oh, Michigan. Listen, 100% Michigan, because it's like, I get it. California has a lot of fucked up stuff going. Like it seems like the people that live there are not happy with California, but like, I beg you, come to Michigan. We hate ourselves here. Like it is, especially in wintertime. You see all the old people leave, and then it's just us like young bloods being like, oh yeah, you suck today. Yeah, you suck today too. You know how to drive? Forgot that when the snow hit the ground. Like it
wow.
sucks.
I didn't even think about that. All I was thinking was it's cold. But I didn't even think about it would suck because you can't even go to the store. Oh
yeah. I mean, it's funny too, because like, in Michigan weather, you're prepared for 3 feet of snow sometimes. It's all over the place. It's like Michigan, you see all the seasons in one day. In California, it's pretty funny because like you guys get like, an inch and a half of rain, and people are like, all right, we're going to stay in today. That's pretty aggressive. We don't want to, risk the floods, whatever. And it's like over here, we get like torrential downpour and people are out walking in basketball shorts and stuff.
Right. What about the driving? Who sucks at driving? California in the rain. 100%. Damn it! I was hoping to win that one too.
That is like, I don't even rent cars anymore. I just call the Ubers, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be on my phone on my Nintendo Switch like,
while you get there, right? Let them worry about it.
40 minutes to get to Wendy's,
But you know what? You know what was beautiful about the pandemic during those times? It was so easy to get anywhere because traffic was so light. There was my job. My work never stopped working, right? So there was a couple of times where I had to go from the IE to Porter Ranch, all to that area. And it usually takes about 2.5, 3 hours, heavy traffic. Yeah. But we were getting there in an hour and a half at the most.
That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
But check this out. So on the way there, one of the times on the way there, we saw at least three crashes. All of those crashes by themselves. They were driving too fast. People were being crazy. It was scary because I can't even talk. Damn.
you got the thirst for speed, right?
Bro. Yeah, seriously. I would be driving down the freeway, right, at speed, what here is 65, but you can get away with 70, 75.
Right.
So I'm going to say I was driving at the speed limit, 65. Sure. At 10. Anyways. So I would be driving that, but you would see cars just pass flying. Like you would see them right here, and a second later they'd be down the road, and it's like, wow, people don't understand what are the possibilities. Most cars are not meant to be driven at 70 miles an hour here. At the very least, they should be driving at least 50 miles an hour at the most.
Or even to say like the roads might not even be made for that. You know what I mean? You hit a turn going 65, 70, 80 even, you get those guys going like 80, 90. You hit a turn on that, man, you're 3 wheels off the ground.
What do you make of those people? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think they feel like they own the road or they don't give a shit? Or a combination?
I think that is so day to day for those types of people. I mean, all right, man, between you and I, like I'm sometimes one of those people.
Oh man!
There is days that I'm running late for work, or I have like 5 things on the docket and only 3 hours left to do them, and I'm like left lane, pedal to the metal, and like I'll say this because in Michigan the speed limit's 70, and you can get away with 80. So I'm the guy in the left lane going 80,
90,
and then I'll see people pass me, and I'm like, that guy doesn't give a fuck. Because like
Look
I'm
at that
looking over my
asshole.
shoulder. Yeah, I'm looking over my shoulder for a cop, right? I'm like thinking, okay, I'm gonna go woo woo, like something's coming up at 80, and then a guy goes, vroom, and I'm like, well, I'm good because that guy is gonna be the one who's getting got.
But you know what? Is it gonna be him or the one that
The one he can
actually?
catch.
No, well, yeah, because he's not gonna be able to catch him faster. He'll be able to catch you faster because you're going a
I'm
lot
low-hanging
slower.
fruit in that.
Yeah, so you're you're the low hanging fruit. He'll just pick you right out.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I just I don't think people care.
I'll admit it too. Back in my younger days, I say younger like if I'm super old. How old are you, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
Take a guess.
I'm gonna say 35. Is that way too much?
25, bro. I've looked this way since I was 16.
It's the beard. I gotta say, it's the beard.
I got baby face under here.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then
Where are you at? What are you at?
I'm gonna say 31.
You're gonna say 30.
No,
right.
it is 31 because I'm not gonna say it is 31. I'm from the 90s, like
yeah,
right in the 90s.
96. So like,
yeah, you're my sister's age. Yeah, she's
okay.
She's 25, 26. I don't even know her age, anyways. She's also moved. She moved to Alabama, and she said the weather there sucked. But she moved to Texas, and now she's saying the weather there also sucks. So but it's hot everywhere right now. What's the weather like with you right now?
Today's awesome. Today's 72 and sunny.
Oh, that's beautiful.
We got very lucky, but yesterday it was like 85, humid, low-hanging clouds, and then out of nowhere there was just torrential thunderstorms for like the entire rest of the day. We get a little of everything. Like we had snow all the way up to like early May.
Is that late normally, or is that like?
Yeah, that's pretty late. I mean, it's usually rainy by May, and like this year it's just been all over the place.
That's crazy. That's scary. I mean, you know what scares me the most about your area? Tornadoes. Is that
I've never seen a tornado with my own eyes here. We get the warnings every once in a while.
Okay.
And growing up as a kid, we used to have the tornado warnings like at least once a summer. And so we'd be, outside on the trampoline and we hear that like, and we all just are like, fuck, get inside. And we run to the basement. And then my dad would be like, all right, 1 second. Hang on. I got to go take a drag of my smoke and let the dog out. And like, it's like, the trampoline's like this. And my dad's like, I love Michigan weather.
Right.
Like ashing his cigarette.
That's because they're so used to seeing that kind of. Imagine if I were to see that. Oh my God. I don't think I would be able to sleep. If I were to see the kind of thunders you guys see, I don't think I'd be able to see. We get thunders here, but very small. Like it's not like crazy thunders.
So like, being raised in Cali, like at a young age, right, got me to that aspect where like I meet so many people in Michigan. They're like, oh my God, when it thunderstorms, sleep like a rock. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? That is God trying to cast you off the earth.
Trying to take a picture before he kills you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My mom's like, it's the angels bowling, honey. I'm like, what the hell are they bowling with? Cinder blocks?
Wow, yeah, right. I mean, they got to be some type of giant cinder blocks, right? Or what are they? What are those things called? The pines? What are those called?
Oh, the bowling
pins.
Pines.
Pines.
Yeah. I got you.
Some giant bowling pins. Some bowling pins made out of I don't even know what material would be.
Yeah.
No, that's
metal bowling pins.
There you go, aluminum. That's what I was trying to say. Aluminum. Jesus Christ, I'm so bad at this. I always forget my words, man.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, so let's back up a little bit to your espresso tasting.
Right.
Let's go with the best ones you've had, because I was scrolling through your TikTok and I've seen that you tried plenty of stuff to be like.
Actually,
let's go with the best one. Let's talk with the tastiest.
Best espresso so far is the Oreos. By far the Oreo.
Chocolatey, right? Yeah, creamy.
It was just sugar and chocolate, and then I did a cappuccino out of that one, so I added like a steamed milk to it, and I took a sip on camera, and like you see my eyes light up. It was awesome. And then when I cut rolling, dude, I just put a little cinnamon and a little sugar in there. And it was like, that's become a normal thing. I've made that again since then. Like I've actually just ground up the Oreos and put them in my espresso. Like sometimes I do 1 pot espresso, 1 pot Oreo, the steamed milk. It's like when guests come over, I'm like, hey, you got a sweet tooth tonight? You got to try this. And I throw it in front of them.
That's a business idea for you right there.
Seriously, man.
Dude,
got
you
my
can make your
espresso
own.
machine right here.
Put your face on it, smiling, and there you go.
Yeah,
there you
the
have it.
$1 million idea.
Dude, that could work. I mean, you can find a way. Like you found a way with TikTok. I can't even find that way. Well, let me back up a little bit. How do you just create videos like no? You don't even care if they're gonna be good, or do you care that they're good, or how? What's your process?
I mean,
because I can't.
I think everybody cares. I think everyone of sound mind cares if their videos do well or not. And then I think everyone who's healthy about it is able to step away from that thought. So like I always try my best when I'm making these videos. Okay. And then after it's released, and like I said earlier, it no longer belongs to me. It's up to everyone's perception. So however it does, if I wake up in the morning and I'm expecting, 100,000 views and I get, let's say 2,000, I'm still happy. That's 2,000 people that saw my video, even 100 people. I think of it like the way I rationalize that in my head is I go, if those people were in a room with me right now, how big would that room be? Like those people, if I were to sit down and talk to each of those people, that's solid. Even a dozen people, that's a pretty solid friend group that saw that. I mean, I'm not pulling, 12 views anymore, but like, that's how I got to that point. Right. And bringing that confidence with me to the next video. So when I start making these espresso videos, it's a lot of fan service and a lot 50% fan service, right? People want to see certain things, they comment it gets to the top of the list, and that's the next video. And sometimes if it gets commented and the top of the list is either something that's not feasible, like people always want like liquids turned into espresso, like mayonnaise, which is like a weird in between. I'm like, I'll buy a dehydrator somewhere down the line and we could turn stuff like that into it, but it's mainly got to be powderized.
Okay.
So, but in those cases, I'll end up going and making something that I want to make, and whether that's good or bad. Sometimes I know the bad ones are going to just be funnier, and like I have a pretty sensitive gag reflex, and like I kind of lean into it in the videos. So like people like that. Funny. People like seeing me gag. Like I'm like the espresso Steve-O, like they like seeing me torture myself. So yeah, it just comes with, I have a very good fan base. If anyone out there's listening that is a fan of mine, like I just want to shout them out because they are truly, I am so lucky to have these fans because they are super cool, supportive people, and they have some of the best ideas I've ever seen on TikTok. And then the other 50% is just me, dabbling around and coming up with things I got around my house. It's funny because when I go shopping now, I have like, my cart. And then there's a couple more things in like the back of the cart just for the espresso videos. My girlfriend will be like, can I have those Pop-Tarts? I'm like, no, save those for the espresso.
After the espresso, you can have them.
Exactly.
See, I have a lot of problem, like, because this is what I want to do. This is what I want. I want to be able to do like what you're doing with your TikTok. You found your niche and you're running with it. And for me, I sit here and just think and think and think, what could I do? And I'm like, all right, I can't think of what to do. Let me just find somebody that's doing good. And I like doing podcasts. I like having conversations with them. So let me just have a conversation with them about what they do, how they do it, what's their process. Right. But I also want to do TikToks, which I have an idea, but I don't want to share it because I haven't seen it yet. And the thing is, I don't know how to do it. We'll talk after we're done recording.
Yeah. Wait, what's stop in a generic term? What is stopping you, man? Let's work through this together. We're gonna have the first official podcast breakthrough.
All right. Let's see if we can figure it out. So what's stopping me is me thinking I'm not doing a good enough job. That's the main thing.
I mean, would you be proud with the product? Is it the idea that you want to put out there?
If I do it the way I envision it, yes, but my problem is I envision it, but I can't put it into action. But because the podcast, when I had the idea that I wanted to do a podcast, it started in 2016. And I told you I started in 2019. So 3 years saying I want to. Right. And it's happening the same thing with the TikTok, which I have this idea that I want to do. I have everything written down, what I want to say, how I'm going to say it, how I'm going to do it. But I just can't put myself to do it. I'm always like, the lighting's not good. Oh, this is not right. Oh, the video doesn't look good. It cuts off over here. I always find something that I don't like.
Right. Okay. Let me put it this way for you then. if you just go out and make it, right? And if it's that awful, right? If it's that bad and you look at it and you're like, this is going to ruin my reputation, don't post it.
I'm
But if
not
you
worried
look at
about
it,
that because, I mean,
right.
okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, go ahead and make it. And when you do make it, if it's aligned with your idea, post it and make a series out of it. Do something with that, right? Like, progress, show progression. Never go backwards. You can go lateral for a little bit, but never go backwards. And then, double down, make it your thing. You're always going to be getting better. That idea may not be up, that full-fledged vision might not be able to hit the video just yet. Mm-hmm. But if you keep at it and that vision, it's like sculpting, right? You start with a stone and you make that first chisel. And if someone came in and saw that chisel, they'd go, well, that's not a sculpture or anything like that. You go, hang on, give it another month. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Now there's kind of a geometric shape to it. And you're like, I could see that's kind of a body or something, give it another month. Boom. Oh my God. Okay. This is coming out. And then now you got the confidence to go, give me one more month and see what I'm capable of. And they come back and now there's veins and fingernails and, just the little details that pop from something like that. I feel like that analogy holds up, right?
No, yeah, it sounds perfect. I hadn't thought about it as like that, like you put it right now as a sculpture. I didn't think about it like that. But with the podcast, I'd like to think that I've progressed a lot since the very first episode that I've done. I like to think that I have. And that's why I put myself against, I guess pushing myself to do the videos because I didn't want to do videos. I just wanted to do the audio because I was like, I don't want to put my face out there. Anyways, because like I say, I have a radio face. Right. So that's why I didn't want to do it. But
see me when I shave my beard, bro.
Well, you just have a baby face, so it'll work out. People like babies, so you'll be all right.
That's right.
It'll be a baby drinking espresso.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I do enjoy this, and I feel like I have gotten better, and that's why I wanted to do the videos. And doing the videos, now I'm pushing myself that I have to do at least 1 or 2 episodes by myself a week, so that way I keep getting better at just at least, having a conversation or whatnot. Because I have been successful at talking to other content creators, other people that do things with their TikToks, Instagrams, and stuff like that, which I enjoy those conversations, but the last week I did 2 episodes by myself because I wasn't having no success getting anybody on. So I was like, I have to do it. I have to keep it going no matter what.
So this comes to that. I'm going to cut you off, but like, do you think this kind of is that age-old adage of content versus quality, right? You're trying to balance how much you're releasing and staying relevant versus the quality of the content being released. Is that kind of where this is falling in?
Yes. I think that's exactly. I think you're right on the money on that one.
Dude, everybody struggles with that. I've met tons of creators and everybody says the same thing. It is a balancing act and it never gets easy. It's just about finding your thing and getting comfortable with that lane.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. When like the last 2 episodes, going back to that example, like the last 2 episodes that I did by myself, I wasn't happy with the content when I was done with it. When I was ready to upload it, I wasn't happy with it. I was like, oh, I don't like it. This is wrong. That's wrong. And I could find anything I wanted to, I could find wrong with it. But at the end, I had this conversation with myself, I guess. I was like, it's either you're going to post it or you're going to miss the day. Because you already created it. And if it's not good, then like you called it earlier, the ether will let you know.
Right.
And that's where you got to come out and be like, all right, where did I went wrong, and then get better at it. See, talking about it, I know this, but then later on, I'm gonna go try to do something, and it's gonna be like, it's not good. Don't do it.
Right. Oh, dude, we all got that voice. We all have that voice that just loves to hate on yourself. Everybody's got it. It's the worst enemy of every creator, is having that little voice in the back of your head that's like, oh, it's not your best work. Yeah. Oh, you can't do it, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I got to say, like, I love my dad. I absolutely adore my dad. But he is one of those peoples that when I'm thinking, I'll be watching something I made and I'm like, I don't think this is that funny. This might be the one I shouldn't post. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I'll show it to my dad and he'll look at it and he'll go, yeah, that's not funny. You shouldn't post it. Damn it.
You were hoping for some backup, dude, at least, right?
Seriously, but I find the stuff my dad hates is the stuff my fans love the most. Like my dad is 100% not the right demographic for what I do. And so it's almost like whatever pisses him off is what's going to be making other people laugh.
So well, at least you have something to go off of now, you know.
I guess he's my litmus, or
right?
something.
You should just ask him, is this good enough? All right, he's gonna be like, I don't like it. All right, this is gonna be your banger.
Yeah, exactly. All right, million hits. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So, but I do get it in my head a lot, and well, I think of it as just like it's just me getting in my head a lot because I enjoy this. Like I have a lot of fun doing it. Like even when I do. Because I've done some TikToks by myself when it's like all right, I'm gonna start doing it today no matter what. So I find something to do and I do it, and then the next day I start getting in my head, well, that wasn't good. Well, you didn't get a lot of views. Well, it's not gonna work. But I just know that I gotta maintain consistent. And also, work doesn't help much. You know, the days that I schedule is just like I gotta work around kids and everything else. And so it gets. Timing wise gets complicated because next thing you know, it's already like, boom, 10. It's already time to go to bed because I got to get up at 3, 4 in the morning. So
definitely, it
makes it a little hard.
I've worked in digital marketing for a while too. Like when you end up working video, sooner or later you end up bumping into digital marketing, whether that's doing advertisements for a pizza joint or running a social media for a textile company, whatever that may be. I've done a lot of social media, digital marketing, stuff like that.
Is that what you do right now?
No. Right now, I'm a studio engineer at. So I run all the digital casinos in Michigan. So I handle all the stream work, the video stuff.
Beautiful, nice.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. But doing that digital marketing, the content, for a corporation, it's if you want to see growth, right? You have to almost know what your priorities are, right? Are your priorities to do something that you're going to be proud of and have a library of things that you are consistently like, hey, look at this, and run the chances of never growing past that 10,000 follower mark or the 1,000 follower mark, whatever that next milestone is. Because it's your passion, and typically things like that do end up finding their light with proper consistency down the line. 5 years, 6 years down the line. If you want the results quickly, you almost have to like sell your soul to the algorithm. Like you have to play the game that TikTok or Instagram or YouTube wants you to play. It's not about you might be let's say you're a guy who makes videos about how to grow the best watermelons. Okay. Super weird example. You're
Makes
farmer.
sense.
You're making videos once a week about how to grow the best watermelons. And you got 18 subscribers. Well, you can kind of find a hybrid with that and appease the YouTube algorithm. And if all of a sudden you see Among Us is trending, right? Being like, how to carve what watermelon makes the best Among Us, right? So like carving that face into a watermelon, doing a mini watermelon versus a seedless watermelon versus a seeded one. I mean, you're still getting your point across as being the guy who knows about watermelons, but now that Among Us tag and having a thumbnail of an Among Us watermelon in that thing, that's like 1,000 views easy as your launch, as your featurette. Like that's going to pull what YouTube's market is, what their algorithm is. And same could be said for TikTok. You need to know that specific market, that specific algorithm to play into. And if you know how to pick away at that and create that weird hybrid between what you're good at and what and what the algorithm wants to see and premiere to people, it's like you're appeasing this like weird god and being like, here's my content, take it. And the god just is like, yes, here's 1,000 more views for you.
Right.
It's a weird game you have to play, but eventually, like with my espresso stuff, my thing is I love cooking. I love being in the kitchen. I love all sorts of things. And so like the dollar treats is my little love letter to myself. Like the dollar treats, turning dollar store things into, gourmet meals. I get to kind of flex my cooking a little bit.
Wait, did you do the 99-cent steaks too? Was it you the one that? Oh, yeah. Okay. So I had seen you before the magnet then. Was that before the magnet?
Yeah. The magnet was super recent.
Oh, okay. So I had seen you before.
Yeah.
You said it wasn't good, right?
it was like not a good steak. No, not by any means. And like with those recipes, the ingredients themselves do all the heavy lifting. Like it's like I use like a $50 bottle of red wine and like, you know, garlic and mushrooms and like things of that nature. And like obviously the rest is just really shitty dry steak, you know, so you can only take it up to a certain level.
You can only put so much butter, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, with those, that's like my thing where I'm like, I'm kind of in my own zone and I'm having fun doing what I do. And then the espresso videos are still a blast. I love making them. But in terms of content, it's just making espresso out of Parmesan cheese. You know what I mean? Like it's not like much thought goes into these. It's just fun for me. It's fun for people to watch. I meet a lot of cool people through it. And, you know, I love getting the new suggestions and trying those out. But that's my algorithm, right? Like that was my little gift to the TikTok algorithm saying, hey, I know people like really oddball, you know, absurdist humor on TikTok.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
This is my offering that took my world of cooking and your world of absurdist humor and people throwing up and making themselves sick. Here's that package, enjoy. And the algorithm was like, okay, here's 100,000 followers.
Beautiful. So how many do you have right now?
Okay, I rounded up. I think I'm at.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You're around 100,000.
Yeah, I'm about to hit the 100,000. I think my projections show like next week, end of next week, I should hit 100K.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice. So you're rolling. Hell yeah. Like, hey, I got to give you one.
Thank you, man.
Good job, man.
I'll announce it here. I'll announce it here first. When I do hit the 100,000, we got a pretty special episode coming, which is the Carolina Reaper pepper.
Is that the one? Oh my God. No.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh,
dude.
no.
I really put it off. I told people I'd do it at 50,000 and I chickened out, and now I'm committing at 100,000. Like that.
What did you do at 50? What did you end up doing at 50 though?
I don't even remember. It was just like I was just so enthralled. I kept spamming videos over and over. So I actually lost momentum for a bit when I started this new job as the engineer for these studios here. I was traveling all over the country and like doing a bunch of cool stuff in the interim, and like kind of a dream job happened to me, but I also didn't want to lose sight of my like really trusted hobby of TikTok, which in an ideal world would be a full-time job. Like, you know, dreams come true, but like I know that's a 1 in a million case. So, you know, maybe we'll talk a year down the line. We'll see where I'm
right.
at.
We'll see. We'll see where you're at. We'll see where we're at, I should say, right?
Exactly, right.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I might be coming on your show. You might be down in like, you know, next to Rogan or something.
No, dude. Look, I don't like talking about that because I don't want people to be like, oh, he's just trying to write the name and see if he could get something out of the name. That's why I don't even like to bring that subject up. Right. But I think he's the GOAT. That's who dude, that's who I got
of podcasts.
Yes, that's who I got motivation to do this. Because like he's the first podcast I've ever listened to, and then I got into Your Mom's House and all of the rest. And
love him.
You listen to Your Mom's House too?
Yeah, dude.
What about Bad Friends?
Yeah. Oh, dude, Bad Friends. You saw the drama that just happened with that, right?
What I missed
with Trisha. Yo, she quit, and now she's digging herself in like a deep hole. Who's
Trisha? What am I missing?
Oh wait, dude, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Frenemies. Bad Friends. That's the one with Tito Sanchino and Bobby.
Yes. That's why I was like, wait, what Bobby happened?
Yo. I thought you were talking about Frenemies, which is a huge thing on TikTok right now. That's H3H. That's Ethan Klein.
That's another podcast, right? Correct?
Yeah.
See, there's so
go check
many.
It out. It's a wild one.
Okay, I'll
Bad
check
Friends
it out.
is great.
I know. I love that one too. You know who I like? Ryan Sigler too. He's another one.
Ryan Sigler. That name is super familiar to me. I don't know if I know his podcast. Honeydew. Yeah, I can't say I've actively listened to that one.
Yes, he talks to storytellers and they share like basically like where they come from, why they got into it, and all that. Nice. Like there's some crazy stories in those too. But anyways, back up. Like I said, I don't really like talking about that because I don't want to try to look like or seem like I'm trying to write somebody else. I just like having this conversation with like content creators. Yes. But I was saying like, so with how as far as you are with TikTok at the level you are, can you quit your job? This is my questions, Because you know, you see, I
It's
know it's online. I get it. I understand it. But I have to ask, what are the possibilities at the level you're at? You're close to 100,000. Am I
so
able to keep at a
I
part-time
heard
job?
rumors. I heard rumors that if you quit, or if you get 1 million followers on TikTok, I believe you can get $1,000 per post. And I don't know if that's true. That is quitting money. That is
Mm-hmm.
lifetime supply money.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be posting 10 videos a day, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I, as being as vague as possible, because I don't know what the rules are for TikTok's creator fund right now. The way I understand it is TikTok puts a certain amount of money in a day, whether that's, let's say TikTok puts in $1 million a day into the creator fund, and everybody who's part of that creator fund, the entire view count that was created for that day of everybody who belongs to the creator fund, your percentage of views that you make up from that total view count is the percentage of money you get from the creator fund that day. So you got to think there is millions of people making things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them get 40 views, some of them get 15 million views.
You get a lot.
So typically I'm making pennies a day, you know.
Okay.
But and that's, you know, that's me posting these $40,000 things, or I'm sorry, 40,000 subscriber things. Don't get the wrong idea.
Damn,
I'm not
40,000.
not quitting my job yet. Yeah. But so like when I did hit the 15 million, I did see the spike for the first 3 days, and it was close to four figures in total for those.
But that was one
It
time.
was a high three figures for those 3 days consecutively combined.
Nice.
And then you know, you can see it plateau and then go away. Now that would mean I would have to consistently pull 7 million views a day consistently for, you know, every day that I make a post to be able to say, oh, I'm making, you know, X amount of dollars a day. Which I think is unrealistic. Now for me to leave my job, I think realistically I would have to consistently make $300 a day for me to
That's yeah.
realistically quit my job, which is good money, very good money,
That's
more
yeah.
the money that I'm making now at my job. But it would cover that you know, that balance of, you know, can I you know, can I go without making this money tomorrow? Is this money going to be here the day after? You know, things like that. And it's never consistent. It's super volatile. So it's about knowing that platform and having such an absurd amount of followers that you're allowed that buffer between everything. You know, that if you don't make money for the next few days, you made so much money the first week that you don't have to worry about the 3 days you're not making money.
Because yeah, it won't be much of a loss. Because you'll make it up eventually. If you're pulling in that many numbers, you can make that up in a couple of days. If you did end up losing those, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
It's a tricky game.
I was under the impression, but I mean, I understand. It's just people making it seem like what it is, right? I understand it, but I just had to ask somebody that's already at that level with playing with the big boys.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, even if I was, let's say I was making $300 a day, I mean, I would still, yeah, I like to make money, so I would still be working at my job. I like to still have a purpose too. You know,
Yeah.
TikTok would be a cool purpose, but like outside of that, like I'm one of the very lucky people that loves what they do for a living. And so it would take a lot more than just money to pull me away from the job I'm at right now.
Oh, because you enjoy it.
Yeah, I love the people I work with. I love what I do. Which kind of takes me back to what I was saying earlier, right? I said I had I lost my consistency for a little bit.
Yes.
3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that, which in TikTok years might as well have been a decade. You know, people forgot about me. And then slowly started posting things again over and over, you know, to a slow start. I posted one video, it got a little love, and I went another week, you know, being involved with life. And then I came back and I got this notion of, okay, well, I better start backlogging content. So that way, if, you know, stuff like this ever happens, I'll have a well to pull from. And so I did. I started backlogging content. And then, life comes up again. You got to travel, you have family members you have to see, things, people are sick, things like that.
Right.
And I had to take a hiatus again. And that well of TikToks was slowly diminishing. And I was lucky enough to come back right before it was like at 0 TikToks and start making it again. And getting back on that train sucked because it was a lot of work to make, 6 TikToks a day for a week straight. So that way I was set in case I had to disappear for a week. You know what I mean? But I mean, I love it. There's a definite content, like you become a content zombie after a little bit. Cause I have these notes on my phone that I keep anytime something pops up here and I think that'd be a funny TikTok. I keep it, in a note, and it's anything from like, I have really cryptic ones that just say like business horse. And I'm like, I have no idea what that means. It was probably funny when I was drunk.
Keyword.
And then there's some that are like really obscure that I don't think I could pull off, where it's like a televangelist, like Joel Osteen, but like in terms of like Roman Catholic days where they're like praising Zeus, you know what I mean? They're like preaching it in front of choirs, just dumb things that I don't think I could pull off, but there's tons of ideas.
I have ideas the way you're describing them to me. That's the same way I get the ideas too. And sometimes I'll write them down too, but I just don't execute. That's my problem. My execution's not there. When it comes to recording, who records you? Did you do everything yourself or?
It's me. Yeah. Typically it's me. Sometimes I ask my girlfriend to step in and hold a camera, get a good angle for me or something like that. But 99% of the stuff is me. And actually the thing that I really noticed helped me a ton more than anything else was using the back camera on my phone. Not only just for aesthetic purposes, because it comes out as a higher quality, the lighting is better, you get a different aperture, things like that. But because I'm not staring at my dumb face while I'm making TikToks, and I get that weird cyclical like mind thing where I'm like seeing myself, see myself. And then it's like, oh my God, he's freaking out and he's clamming up in front of the camera. So not having that is such a weight off my shoulders.
That's a good tip. You know what? Now that you say that, I was thinking about it last week. I want to say, was it? Mm-hmm. No, over the weekend. I was thinking over the weekend because I did the last episode. The last 2 episodes, I'm going to talk about those because those are the most recent ones. So the second to the last episode that I did which was Friday, I want to say. Yeah, Friday. I did the video with the camera, like you said, like right in front of me. I was looking at my face, and it was awkward. But the next episode, so I moved the screen with the camera to the other screen. So I was like, I'm not even looking at that one. I'm just gonna look at this one right here because that's where the camera's at. So I stayed there, and I felt like I was able to flow a lot better than when I would be staring at myself. So there's something behind what you're saying. You're right. You're definitely right by saying that it gets easier if you're not staring at your face.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, if you can separate yourself from yourself and not be like, because when you're looking at yourself, you're not seeing the you that other people see. You're seeing the you with all the weird, like, kinky shit going through your head at night, and like the weird, like, like, oh, that's the guy that, like, ate 15 hot dogs the other day at the bar and threw it all up. Like, you're not seeing what the viewers see. You're seeing the you that you don't want other people to see, and then you start to clam up. So that's, if you could separate that and just be the you that's not worried about who you are, it's so much easier to be able to just free flow from that.
Because the idea that I'm telling you about that I have this stuff that I'm gonna say. I have it written down too, and I was thinking about using the teleprompter app so I can use my phone.
Oh, totally.
But now that we're talking about this makes, I guess it doesn't make sense to use the teleprompter. Is it teleprompter?
Well, teleprompter is one thing. Yeah, you could put teleprompter as long as you're not seeing yourself.
That's the thing, though. I can still see myself in that one, so that would be the problem. Unless I can definitely find something else. Though. I'll work on that because I think you're right. I think I have to do it because I really want this. I really, really do, and I just keep getting in my head that it's not going to be good enough. But I understand, and I should say I read and heard other videos and people talk about algorithms and stuff like that. That mainly what works for TikTok, it's is it quantity over quality? So the more you post, the more you get out there, right? Obviously that makes sense. But Instagram and Twitter it's never been that way. Because I understand a lot better how Instagram worked than TikTok. Because for the longest I was on TikTok, I was trying to get a meme page off the ground for like those 3 years that I told you that I wanted to do a podcast. Right. I was just working on a meme page. And those are cool and they're fun. The only thing that sucks is that people get offended by almost anything.
Yeah. And then they report.
Yes. I lost 3 pages, over 1,000 followers.
This is my second TikTok page. I lost one at 15,000.
Oh my!
And had to start over, and it sucked. But always save your content, because I was able to, for the first 3 weeks, recycle old content and still make new content. And so people were watching it and being like, yo, this stranger I just saw on the internet must have a producer, because he's pumping out like 3 quality videos a day.
Damn. Oh, so that's how you were able to create your pool then.
That started me off on a really good foot, because I had 6 months of previous TikToks that I was able to mix in with my current content. And I weeded out the ones that I didn't like. Like what you say, you're always worried about it might not be good enough. I'm going to be like a little tough love, right? It probably won't be, right? Because I've seen those and I see that and I'm like, it wasn't good enough. And I knew that, but it was out there. Doesn't matter. I mean, you look at where you are now, right? You look at the past, everybody looks at their old art. Like I know movie actors, I think like Johnny Depp doesn't even watch his own films, like hasn't ever seen a Johnny Depp movie. And I understand that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, it's like just, it makes me clench up sometimes when like people like, you know, reference my stuff to me and I'm like, oh man, you know, pick the weirdest one to reference. That's the one I don't like. But it gets better, you know, like it gets better and better and better. And like now the TikToks I release, don't get me wrong, like I don't want my grandma to go be like, I saw you on the app the other day.
On the app?
Yeah. On the clock app.
On the clock.
But no, like now it's like when people are like, oh, I saw your video the other day. Like, I'm not like, oh shit, you saw. I'm more like, oh dude, which one did you see? Did you like it? Like there's a discourse there.
Yeah. That's funny that you say all that about your grandma. You know, I sit here and think about what are the expressions that we're going to use and what are the kids going to be using when we're like 60, 70 years old? Are we going to call it, oh, your Instagram thing, and it's going to be something completely different?
Yeah. They're going to be like, oh, I was on the hollow phone the other day making a qubit. It's like, I have no idea what that means. Okay? Right. I'm so removed from technology. I don't know. I don't want to lose that though. Like I want to be the old guy that's like, you know, like I see old dudes now. I'm gonna get off topic, but I was over my girlfriend's grandpa's house the other day, and he was watching TikToks on the TV. He was streaming them to the TV, and like it was hilarious because he's watching it, and it's like the "Can't Wait Make a Wife Out of a Hoe" song, and he's like, "Come here, Rob, come here, look at this." He goes, "This is so good." This guy starts playing a song, and as soon as his girlfriend starts twerking, the song calls her a hoe. And she starts laughing and he starts laughing. And I'm like, you get it, Grandpa. You get it. I can get down with that, man. Yeah. See, I want to be one of those, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because the way you're explaining that he uses TikTok is like regular TV, right? He's flipping through the channel, right?
Hysterical. Yeah, he's literally got it cast to his TV and he's flipping through it, watching on the TV, cracking up.
Nice.
Like the algorithm has him pinned.
He's got it down then, huh? I bet you he's got some good algorithm going on in his
apparently twerking women, you know?
Right?
Yeah, Grandpa's really thinking some kinky shit.
Oh yeah. He's got it down.
He's at that age he doesn't give a shit anymore.
I think we're all gonna get there eventually, man. It's I just remember when I was like 18, 19, I would call 30, 35-year-olds, oh, you're old, oh, you're already almost dead. You're halfway there.
Right.
Damn, I'm almost there. Somebody's and you know what? Some of my younger buddies that I talk to, like, I'll say my younger buddies, like, because the guy I used to do the podcast with, he's actually about 7 years younger than me. So he calls me, like, old man, grandpa, and shit like that, too. So I'm like, this asshole's doing exactly what I was doing when I was that age.
Right.
So it doesn't matter, you know? It's all right.
You want to get metaphysical real quick? Let's talk about how fucking fast time just speeds up. You know what I mean? Like you don't realize till you're like 17, you start getting wind of it, right? And then it's like you're 23 and you're like, oh my God, that really just flew by. And then you're 25 the next day and you're like, what the hell, man?
What did I do?
I'm going to be,
all 24.
I told my buddy, I was like, yo, you realize we're going to be like 30 in a few months. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, just think about time, right? Like we are going to be 30 in a few months in terms of
Before
what
you
our
even know it.
concept is.
Yes. Oh
It's
yeah.
insane.
What is it? It's 52 and I'm 52 in a year, right? That's weeks.
Yeah,
right.
right.
It's 50. It's damn. I keep saying 52. It's 12 months in a year. So yeah, in
Yeah.
a few months, yeah, you'll be there. You'll
That's what
be
it
there.
feels
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
That's what it just
think about it right now. It's already what, mid-June almost? It is.
Mm-hmm.
And what, just yesterday we were just trying to get over this pandemic, and now we're all maskless everywhere, I guess, right?
Insane. Yeah. And you know what's funny is I was working at a different place when the pandemic started, and we were preparing content for St. Patrick's Day, and it was early March, I think, is when Michigan got their shutdown. And so I have the camera all set up. I'm wearing a green feather boa. I have green, 4-leaf clovers as my glasses. I've got a green top hat on.
Oh, Irish
My boss
style.
walks in. He goes, Morocco. I was like, yes. He's like, pack up your things and go home. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, there's a shutdown. Like we think it's going to be 2 weeks. The pandemic is here. And I was like, holy shit. Like, oh my God. And I sit down and I'm like, wow. Like, I didn't think it was real. Like I didn't think it was coming up so quickly. I didn't think it would hit America like this, And I'm sitting there and then I like look up at him and he's staring down at me and I'm like, man, if you told me when I was 10 that at 24, I'd be sitting here wearing green shamrock glasses, getting ready to go home from a pandemic, I wouldn't believe you.
Right.
It's just weird. Everybody got a weird rock thrown at them.
Everything came to a halt. Everything. It was scary. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. And certainly the politics didn't help at the time, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know how the weather was in Michigan around the time when everything started, but the weather here in California was not helping. Every single day when the shutdown started, every single day of that week, it was gloomy. So it made everything feel worse. So it was like, it's really coming to an end. What the hell is going on? Are we going to die?
Exactly. It was weird, man. And then there's just more and more shit piled on, right? Like if you look back, remember those Australian wildfires that started off 2020? That feels like nothing compared. And I mean, that was huge. People lost their homes, their livelihoods, their lives, acreage of forests. And in the scope of things, people look back and they were like, oh, that was a drop. That was a drop in the lake.
Right. Did you see those videos of the, speaking of the fires in Australia, did you see the videos of the koalas getting burned? Those videos are sad.
It's koalas, rough. Yeah,
it's rough to watch those.
Tough. Yeah, I saw a lot of tough videos. Same for California, man. I saw a lot of California wildfire videos. People were escaping their houses. Unfortunately, I saw some coverage of some of the older neighborhoods, and unfortunately, people weren't able to get out in time because it can't move as fast. It was incredibly detrimental. And my dad would, he lives Southern California still. And he'd go out on his deck and he's like, it looked like it snowed. It was just ash everywhere.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm lucky I live in an area where I hardly see any of that. It's just basically just everything around. It's just where
he's at. What didn't burn anything of his down, but the wind. I mean, it was close enough for the wind to take the ash to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something I guess slightly beautiful that's come out of all of that was apparently the avocados. I just read an article. The avocados in California this year are coveted for their smoky flavor because of the ash that fell on the soil. The avocados now have an imparted smoky flavor, and they're selling for a higher price. They are like a culinary marvel, something like that.
I gotta say that article's wrong.
Is it?
Yeah, I bought some avocados this weekend. Yeah. I cracked one open and it was all dark, so it's got to be because of the ash. Like seriously.
Yeah. Wasn't good?
No, it wasn't good.
I wanted so badly to believe that, man.
I'm just telling you,
like,
but
there's
maybe
a happy ending.
But see, maybe the ones that I got, maybe they're from a different what do you call it?
region
harvest, from a different harvest.
Yeah, different harvest. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair
Yes.
enough.
So I don't know. Maybe
I'm
you
gonna
might be
hold on
right.
to what shred of hope I have from that
Yes, 'cause
story.
I don't know anything. I haven't researched anything, so
Hey,
don't
I
believe
read it
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
internet, man. I'm the guy
It
that
must be
thought a
true,
magnet
right?
stuck to his name. Yeah, right. Yeah, take it from this guy. I guess I'll submit another public apology when I find out that one isn't real.
Yeah, for sure. Well then, Rob, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you doing this with me, and
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
as I'd like to keep in contact with you, man, and
Yeah, likewise, man. We got
and
each other's numbers.
yes,
keep it
definitely.
going.
Let's keep doing this because I'm gonna keep picking at your brain because you seem to know exactly what you're doing, and I want to be at that level where you're at. And I got a lot of work to do.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Hey, I think you're running a podcast. You're making hustle moves. Like I respect the hell out of it because coming into it, I'm like, this guy knows his stuff. Like this is
bro,
big deal. So
no,
you're gonna get quite a few views out of this one because I told everybody I know about this.
I appreciate it, man. The more the merrier. I appreciate it because I want to get it out there. Like I said, I'm just looking to grow, and I know I got to focus more on one thing, but I jump all over the place. I can't stay still.
Yeah, you might. I wanna also let you know if you're looking for any podcast stuff, I can put you in touch with my buddy. I help him out with some podcast stuff. That's where I got this mic from. It's an According to an Idiot podcast. It all has to do with like paranormal kind of stuff. It's like a sci-fi / paranormal thing.
I want to talk to
uncover a bunch of stuff. It's super cool. But man, if you're looking to do some podcast work together, like I can get you in touch with them. They're awesome people, super close friends of mine.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, according to an idiot, those guys rock.
Okay, I thought you were saying according to an idiot, like talking about yourself. But
no. Like that's their podcast. They're idiots. Trust me.
Aren't we all, man?
Honestly, if I can leave with any advice, it's that we're all idiots sometimes, and if you act like you're not, that's what makes you a real idiot.
Yes. If you don't know who the idiot is, you just might be the one.
Exactly. You found him.
So go ahead and do you have anything to plug in? Let us know what you're doing, what you're working on, what's coming up for you. Anything?
Yeah.
A YouTube? Anything?
Yeah, like I said, I got that Carolina Reaper Pepper espresso video coming out pretty soon when I hit 100K. I'm bringing back the dollar treats videos. I got plenty of sketches in my notes that are coming out on TikTok. I also, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna plug. Yeah, I'm gonna use my little 15 minutes of fame here.
Do it.
I have a TV pilot that I shot. I wrote, co-wrote, directed, and produced 2018, and we're still kind of looking around for someone to take interest in it. So if you want to check that out, it's on my YouTube channel, Greta Nanners, GrettaNanners, 2 T's, 2 N's, Greta Nanners. If you want to check it out, it actually has to do with like paranormal stuff. It's sort of like a ghost adventure spinoff. It's kind of in the vein of Scooby-Doo Monster of the Week meets the crassness of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So I would love for people to go check that one out. And obviously, I'm Rob's Films on TikTok with 2 B's, Rob's Films. I love those double consonants.
Yeah, perfect. They work out good, right?
Yeah, yes.
Anyways, man, thank you very much for accepting to do this. And like I said, I'll stay in contact with you because I appreciate what you do. And I want to learn more from you because, like I said, seems like you do know what you're doing. And I would like to get in contact with other podcasts and, just have a conversation with them and, just help each other out. And that's what I'm trying to do, man.
Yeah, check out their podcast. According to an Idiot, those guys are like super fans. Love those guys.
There you go. Thank you, man. One more thing. Bro. So go ahead and send me your links so I can add them to the description of the podcast. And yeah, that's it, man. That's it for today, man. I appreciate it. Like I said, dude.
Yeah, it's been honestly a pleasure, man. I have really enjoyed meeting you, and I would love to stay in touch.
Definitely, and the pleasure was really, honestly, mine. You're a really cool person to talk to, dude. I appreciate it.
Likewise, man.
All righty, man. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, definitely. Peace out, dude.
Peace out.
See ya.
So, what did I say? That was a great conversation that I had with the gentleman who I was speaking with. He's wonderful. I enjoy my time with him. And Rob, thank you very much for having this conversation with me. I appreciate your time. And that's it for today, man. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for listening. That's it. Deuces.